Hey, good morning. Day 3 sugar cleanse. It's like day 9 or so. Who cares about cigarettes? I woke up craving sugar again this morning. Actually, I woke up craving a cigarette and sugar. But I did not give myself a cigarette. I did not give myself sugar. I was a good girl. So please excuse all the storage tubs and all the weird clothes and stuff in the background. My kids and I decided to, because we rent, moved into a single place. We all run a business together, and we decided to get as small as possible. My when I say the kids, they're adults. My son just recently got engaged. They just graduated high school, and so we're doing a little launch off where everything's just a little bit more compact right now. That's another reason why I like calisthenics. It doesn't take up much space. As people who do calisthenics even in very confined spaces, and so those part of the motivation for this, because typically I prefer doing full-on yoga, but I've always envied the calisthenics. So in the end, I want to be doing like a blend of both and breathing exercises. So update, I decided to do a couple things yesterday, and I decided that I was going to give myself a side challenge. And there's something that I struggle with, and it's supposed to be really good for you, and that's eating sardines. I almost did one of those videos of me eating it, but I really just it's embarrassing how big of a baby I am about sardines. I cannot eat them for the life of me. But I had never had them smoked before, so I went out and I got some whole, like, smoked, skinless, boneless. It was, I forget what the brand was. I'll bring it up in the comments or something. Where these sardines, and those I put them on sourdough toast with, I took cream cheese and I mixed in everything bagel seasoning, like a bunch of cream cheese and a bunch of everything bagel seasoning. And then I took some fresh basil and fresh parsley and chopped all that up and like mixed it in there, smeared it on the toast. And then I took Dijon mustard. So it was like the extra, like, Grey Poupon style, mustard, and mixed in some Louisiana style hot sauce and a squeeze of lemon, like a half of a lemon in there. And then I also put the lemon zest in the cream cheese too. So I did everything I could to make these sardines not taste like sardines. And I was able to get through an entire, like, slice of bread with the sardines layered on top. It was like a third of the can. But I was able to repeat it again after that. So I've done 2 days in a row of these smoked sardines, and I went ahead and I picked up another can at Trader Joe's. They have sardines. It's like a smaller can, so I can do like easier portions. But it was sardines with smoke flavor added. So I don't know. I might be able to get the other one. The plan is to eat at least 1 can of sardines a month. They're supposed to just boost your health. I've been trying this for years, and also I've been because I eventually want to travel abroad. There's a lot of issues with beef. A lot of countries just don't even serve beef, or there's just not very much beef around. So a lot of them have goat or lamb. I'm pretty sure I'll never be able to eat goat. There's a whole list of foods that I don't know if I'll ever be able to eat, but I've been working on lamb. And so I had some nice seared off lamb chops last night, and heavy crusted herbs, and then I seared them on the stove top on cast iron, and then put them in the oven on hot, made sure they got nice and to a light, rare kind of cook, and that was actually pretty good too. So I'm working on increasing nutrition. Obviously no sugar, but I've been having my morning drink. I can't have coffee because my insides, I have some sort of condition, it's not ulcers, where if I drink coffee or have NSAIDs or drink alcohol too much, my stomach starts bleeding out, and I eventually end up in the ER throwing up blood, and I get, it has to pass all the way through. There's a whole protocol, and last time it led to a lung infection where I got really sick, and I felt I almost had to go to the ER again. So no coffee, but I have my coffee alternative drink. It's like this buckwheat blend tea that they sell at Trader Joe's. I mix it in with 10 milligrams of or 10 grams, I'm sorry, marine collagen that I got on Amazon. It was like £3, a really good deal. And then I mix in about 7 or 8 grams of creatine powder that I get at Costco for a really good deal. And then I added some cinnamon, and I added stevia powder that Trader Joe's sells. And so this is actually working as a really good alternative to the coffee. And I even get a little energy boost. I know I'm not supposed to drink hot liquids out of my Starbucks mug. I'm going to get a different mug eventually. So that's been helping with the cravings for the sugar. Obviously, I'm still using weed as for the cravings for the cigarettes, but I went ahead and went the cheapest method possible because I wanted to get multiple necklaces for friends, and ordered on Temu some of those breathing necklaces that are supposed to be good for quitting smoking cigarettes. And so I'm going to use that for quitting smoking weed because with the ADHD, it's the habit of getting into stuff, especially once you're in the habit of doing it all the time, and it's like people are doing it as a maintenance thing. It's almost like it doesn't even really help with the anxiety again anymore, because you just stress out when you're running low on it or you haven't had it in a while. But with people with like neurodivergencies, we also have like stims. And so we'll like, if we're feeling anxious, we'll want a stim. And so it's not actually really good to have a stim that you really shouldn't do inside in public places or things like that. So smoking and smoking weed, all of those things are actually not really great for people who have neurodivergencies or use it for anxiety, because it's not going to be there when you need it. It's only going to be there when you're socially isolating at home, or like somewhere like cigarettes in your car, but you're still not really going to be like around people appropriately. So it's much more appropriate to try to, like I said, get away from that stuff and get into other things. But these breathing tube necklaces, they can be used anywhere, so I feel like if I start getting more attached to the stim of using the breathing tube necklace, I'll start detaching from the need to stim using the actual pen, like the actual motion, the actual putting it in your mouth, the actual holding your breath and stuff like that. All of that gets replaced with the necklace, which then allows us to isolate the dependency on the drug stimulant and what we actually want to have occur. And so, or the dependency and also the stimulant, the stim, physical stim. Sorry, ADHD. I forgot where I was there for a second. So anyway, also I went ahead and I made sure that I incorporated more walking in my day yesterday. I don't have a car right now, but I drive cars, and we have public transportation's free here. But I decided to just go ahead and walk instead of doing any of those things. And I have like a electric bike and all those other options. So didn't have to, but I chose to, and I really felt like that was good. Just kind of doing the old, I forget who it was. It wasn't Weight Watchers. It was the other folks that were really big, like Jenny Craig or something. They were suggesting parking in the back of the parking lot just to get extra steps in. So I was just trying to do like the extra steps method all weekend. And I'm still kind of flip-flopping on doing the different exercises and stuff, but my bars are showing up tonight and I'm really, really excited. I think that's going to give me the more motivation. I'm also going to try to start kind of writing my own routines, because I've seen a lot of the exercises and the workouts, and I've sent myself a bunch of videos, but I need like a basic drill that I can do on a pretty daily basis when it comes to the calisthenics that I can then progress with. So for me, I use a lot of, some of you guys are going to hate this, but ChatGPT to help design stuff like that. In my eyes, I'm using it to prevent wasting time, money, energy on other things that would also use resources. And so I try to use it for things that help me reduce resources in the long run. I've always been for the environment, so I try to use things. I feel like it's not necessarily the tools that we have, it's how we use them that affects how they end up impacting us and others. Anyhow, so that is, I'm sorry for the scrambly update, but that's the update. I'm probably just a little jittery because I am still definitely feeling the effects of wanting cigarettes and sugar, even with my little alternatives. Darn those chemical addictions. Cheers, guys.